What did I know of life, I who have lived so carefully, who had neither won nor lost, but just let life happen to him, who had the usual ambitions and settled all too quickly for them not being realized, who avoided being hurt and called it a capacity for survival, who paid his bills, stayed on good terms with everyone as far as possible, for whom ecstasy and despair soon became just words once read in novels, one whose self-rebukes never really inflicted pain. Well, there was all this to reflect upon, while I endured a special kind of remorse, a hurt inflicted at long last on one who always thought he knew how to avoid being hurt, and inflicted for precisely that reason. Out, Veronica had instructed, having mounted the curb at 20 miles an hour. Now I gave the word its wider resonance. Out of my life. I never wanted you near it again in the first place. I should never have agreed to meet, let alone have lunch, let alone take you to see my son. Out, out. If I'd had an address for her, I would have sent a proper letter. I headed my email apology, then changed it to capitals apology. But that looked too screamy, so I changed it back again. I could only be straightforward. Dear Veronica, I realize that I am probably the last person you want to hear from, but I hope you will read this message through to the end. I don't expect you to reply to it, but I have spent some time re-evaluating things and would like to apologize to you. I don't expect you to think better of me, but then you could hardly think any worse. That letter of mine was unforgivable. All I can say is that my vile words were the expression of a moment. They were a genuine shock for me to read again after all these years. I don't expect you to hand over Adrian's diary. If you've burnt it, there's an end to it. If you haven't, then obviously, as it was written by the father of your son, it belongs to you. I'm puzzled why your mother left it to me in the first place, but that's no matter. I'm sorry to have been so vexatious. You were trying to show me something, and I was too crass to understand. I would like to wish you and your son a peaceful life, as far as that's possible in the circumstances. And if at any time I can do anything for either of you, I hope you won't hesitate to get in touch. Yours,